It's Chris Cornaros here with the Cryptocurrent team, bringing you another episode of Crypto Basics with Chris K as we break down the CNN article answering the 11 most basic questions about cryptocurrency. And we have a fantastic question. I think y'all are going to love some of the answers today. But before we get into today's content, I do want to remind y'all that if you like today's video, you like content like this, please do not forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video. And if there's something in particular you like, let me know in the comments section down below. It really does help us out. Gives us a jump on the algorithm, but also tells us that you guys like it so we can continue pushing out the content you want to see. Now, we're about to jump in, and I'm excited. I hope y'all are excited. This is honestly probably my favorite answers so far, although some of the questions later that y'all are going to have to keep tuning in to see also had some fantastic ones, but I guess we'll talk about that when we get there. So let's dive right in, everybody. Today's question we are talking about and trying to answer is, should the average investor get involved with cryptocurrency, right? It's a question a lot of people talk about. Just a few years ago, or hell, even a year ago, right? People were kind of just saying in general, unless you're a very experienced investor, you really understand risk, reward, all that, you shouldn't get involved because crypto is inherently risky. And something we like to talk about a lot and remind everyone about on this channel is that we are crypto commentators, market speculators, but we are not financial advisors. None of this is financial advice. But we are trying to inform and explain and educate about this topic. And up first answer, Meltem Demiror. She's the CSO, so the Chief Strategy Officer at CoinShares. And her answer, plain and simple, was not actually about crypto as a whole, but about one in particular. She did explain a little more later, but she had to say this: investors can no longer ignore Bitcoin. And I could break it down. I could give you 1,000 reasons why I agree, but instead I'm just going to pass it off to her. Let her explain why she believes this, and I'll see y'all in just a few seconds.
Every investor is different. People have very different risk appetites and very different investment goals. But I believe at this stage, it is a risk if you do not have any Bitcoin in your portfolio. Not owning Bitcoin is the biggest risk you can take as an investor. I believe that a small allocation to Bitcoin is a wise and prudent approach. We've done a lot of research at our firm CoinShares where we've found that a 4% allocation to Bitcoin in a traditional 60-40 portfolio, which is a more conservative portfolio, yields optimal results. However, these decisions are very personal. But again, I believe at this point, investors can no longer afford to ignore Bitcoin. It's an inevitability. And so not having any exposure, I think, is the biggest risk to investors.
Alrighty. I hope y'all enjoyed her answer. Up next, we have Michael Saylor, the Bitcoin billionaire, one of the most bullish people on Bitcoin and crypto as a whole. He had this to say. He said, Bitcoin is the non-sovereign store of value for everyone. And what that means is that it is a store of value, right? So it's something that inherently is valuable. If you own it, it means you have value. That value really isn't going to go away because it's finite, it's fixed. You can't create more of it that easily, right? That's what a store of value is, right? Gold was traditionally the store of value for everyone in the world because it's a scarce material. If you had it, you could always trade it for, a nation's currency or government's currency. And that's where that sovereignty piece comes in, right? Is a lot of stores of value are governed by nations, by governments, administrations, etc. And so Michael Saylor basically is saying that Bitcoin is not tied to a government, right? It is in and of itself a store of value that anyone can use and own. But before I keep going on this little bit of a mini rant here, I'm going to allow y'all to just listen to what he has to say, and I'll talk to y'all in just a few seconds.
I think the average investor would benefit from owning some Bitcoin because I think it's the longest duration, strongest crypto asset and the most secure, highest integrity crypto asset. If you're an investor in any country where you own currency derivatives and the currency is collapsing, then it's in your best interest to find a non-sovereign store of value. And in this particular case, Bitcoin is the non-sovereign store of value for everybody on Earth. and that makes it a wise thing to have in your portfolio.
All right, and we are back. Finally, I hope you all enjoyed Michael Saylor's answer, but finally, we are going to have a bit of a different answer, although I think it's an important one, right? We have Peter Schiff. He is titled the Gold Bug, founder of Schiff Gold, and he had this to say: I don't want to be part of anyone's exit strategy. Now, he'll break down more of what he means when he says that, but essentially, his answer is he's saying for him personally, he doesn't think that the upside to crypto really outweighs the risk, right? There are stocks he is involved in that are very speculative, very risky, right? Similar to crypto that he sees with similar upside, right? You know, that 10, 20, or 100 time return on your investment. But as far as crypto goes, he doesn't really see that the risk involved with crypto really outweighs kind of the reward. But let me let you hear from him. He does a great job of kind of explaining this, and I think it's a great cautionary answer, right? It's not blindly bullish like a lot of crypto fans and investors and specialists are. So here's Peter Schiff, and I'll see y'all in just a few.
Well, I would say zero. I mean, I don't have any of my portfolio in Bitcoin now. There are a lot of people who think, well, you should have a small allocation just in case. Yes, that's part of the pitch. The people who own Bitcoin want everybody to buy a little bit because that will push up the price of what they own so they can get out. And I don't want to be part of anybody's exit strategy. There are a lot of stocks that I own that are very speculative that I think can go up 10x, 20x. I mean, I own some stocks right now that have already gone up that much, right? So there are risky assets that I own that I would much rather own than Bitcoin because I actually think realistically they have more upside potential, but they also have a lot less downside risk.
All right, everyone. Well, I hope you enjoyed that answer as well as the rest of the answers from today's video. If you want to hear some of the other answers to this question, a link to the CNN article will be linked down below, and you can go check out all the full-length answers there. Now, before we sign off and say goodbye for now, I do want to remind you guys, if you enjoyed today's video, please subscribe to the channel, like this video, and leave a little comment down in the section below so I can say hi to you, we can chat, interact, and feel like it's less of a faceless interaction all the time, right? Well, that's going to be it for me overall, though, today, everyone. And I do want to say making these videos has been a lot of fun. I'm glad that y'all are watching them, you're enjoying them, and interacting with it. If there's anything y'all want to see, please do let me know. If you don't leave a comment, you can tweet at It's Me Chis. My handle's linked down below, #CryptoWithChris. And I'll get back to y'all. Maybe you'll see your tweet in a future video. But until next time, I hope y'all are staying cryptocurrent.